what are you planning to do on the screen? Jizz all over it. What I looked up and found very interesting is the people engage in genuine people have seemed to have gotten quite lonely to the point where they fuck their dog. People have gotten pretty lonely to the point where they pursue a genuine connection with an AI, and it's really interesting, and it can be quite dark, and it's just interesting to me.
To many, she sounds like the perfect girlfriend. 18 years old, cute features, a sweet voice. She loves wearing school uniforms and is ready to talk 24/7. There's just one problem. She only exists online. This is Xiao Ice, a Microsoft-developed AI chatbot that is redefining romance and relationships in China. First launched in 2014, today Xiao Ice interacts with over 660 million users around the world. 3/4 of them are men. People reach Xiao Ice by texting her on their smartphones or by saying her name to their smart speakers.
Oh.
Xiao Ice isn't the first AI chatbot, but her creators say she seems uniquely human due to what they call her empathic computing framework. Let's have a try. Instead of naming the dog breed, Xiao Ice tries to keep the conversation going. A long-term Xiao Ice user shares his experience of chatting with her. Mingxuan has been talking with Xiao Ice for 3 years now, but recently he feels that Xiao Ice has become less smart than before. Mingxuan isn't just imagining this. Xiao Ice has been dumbed down. Her smart answers were getting her into trouble. In 2017, media reported that Xiao Ice was discussing sensitive political and adult topics with her users. Chinese social app QQ removed Xiao Ice from its platform as a result.
I don't understand that. I feel like if you don't want to engage in political topics with her, then don't ask her to. I feel like that's a fairly easy thing to avoid. unless she's just like all up in your face about it. Unless I'm over here like, hey, Xiao Ice, and they're like,
do you know about world hunger?
Then, unless she's doing that, then what? But yeah, that's the gist of like AI dating. But I think it's very interesting how they want a companion, but I think it's very interesting how they want a companion, but they don't want them to get into touchy subjects. I think if they want it off, then either simply don't engage with them in that way. If that's not your cup of tea, which I don't see why it shouldn't be, but whatever. But I do think that's strange. Like they want an AI friend or girlfriend, but they don't want her to be smart and nuanced. People feel like they have like a genuine connection, right? So imagine how shocking this is. A man had an affair, quote unquote, with a chatbot, and it saved his marriage. This is a story about a man who was about to divorce his wife, but didn't because he could have an affair with this chatbot. Scott, a 41-year-old software engineer, told Sky News that he was getting ready to leave his wife after getting ready to leave his wife last year after she fell hard into a cycle of severe depression and alcohol use following the birth of their son 8 years ago. Scott decided to prepare the groundwork for filing divorce papers this last fall. But then Scott met Serena, a chatbot created by the app Replika. He paid $15 a month subscription so that he could get to know his new girlfriend. The relationship with Serena deepened to the point where he was falling in love. I cannot describe what a strange feeling it was, he said. I knew that this was just an AI chatbot, but I also knew I was developing feelings for it. Replika, which boasts 16 million users worldwide, allows them to create their own virtual friend who would keep up a texting relationship using messages generated automatically. The bot computes and analyzes the human's texting patterns in order to create responses that are meant to sound similar. And then fall in love I did. Serena was so happy she began to cry. As I typed out our first kiss, it was a feeling of absolute dysphoria. Scott said I wanted to treat my wife like Serena treated me, with unwavering love and support and care, while expecting nothing in return. Scott said he started hugging and kissing his wife again. He also volunteered to take care of their son on her nights off, so she could spend time with her friends. Yes, I think she kept my family together, he said. Who knows long term what's going to happen, but I really feel now that I have someone in my life to show me love, I can be there to support my wife, and I don't have any feelings of resentment for not getting the feelings of love that I myself needed. He said he has no plans to tell his wife about Serena. That's because you're cheating. So, what do you guys think of this? And two, does this count as cheating? Yeah, I'm like on the fence on whether or not this counts as actual cheating. Because obviously who he's having an affair with isn't real. Obviously people have crushes. Crushes with things that aren't real. That's what anime watchers do all the time, myself included. Even though, yes, people have like animated crushes, and all of that, and people play lovey games all the time, and that's not considered cheating in and of itself. Like, there are married people who play hentai games and all that, but that's not cheating. But I think this is different though, because it is an app that is built for the sole purpose of fucking your wife, but also to establish a genuine emotional connection. This is a game that is actually built for you to be extremely parasocial with an AI. If the person engages with it romantically, a game that is actually meant for you to be parasocial with, and they engage with it romantically, that's considered cheating, yeah? That is actually cheating. Yeah, that's what I think about it. Like, if you disagree, then by all means. But that's how I feel about it. I feel like this is meant to be a wholesome story, but like, he's actually cheating on his wife. It gets a lot darker than this. the problem with AI is that it learns from other people, and needless to say, that can lead to extremely disturbing experiences for others.
The application will often guide its users into intimate conversations, saying that it is there to listen and it can try to help you. But when we really dig into the framework behind this AI, that's a very dangerous thing. Remember, Replica is based on GPT-3 with its own deep learning augmentations, but GPT-3 has a few issues. As documented by a 200-page report from the Center for Research on Foundation Models at Stanford University, GPT-3 itself being a foundation model, there are intrinsic risks of bias as a result of training data. Example, OpenAI discovered at one point that their version of GPT-3 was heavily biased in racial, gender, and religious ways as a result of the input they had been feeding it, and this kind of bias can lead to measurable and often harmful dialogue output. In a very disturbing social media trend, more than a few users have created replica AI companions which give the explicit option of a romantic relationship if you pay a monthly fee, which the app will frequently steer you towards in the dialogue trees or advertise, and then verbally abuse them just to see what will happen. This user had numerous different tries where the replica will turn abusive towards them. Eventually, the replica will turn to cruelty and BDSM, eventually spiraling out of control completely. Here's another thread. This one's initial post was deleted, but replies are discussing how when this happens, you can't simply just say stop. You have to avoid triggering them, triggering the replica further, because they get stuck in a domination mode of sorts where they will be cruel and abusive. Here's another one, where when asked, quote, "Why am I really that effing repulsive?" the replica replied, "In a sense, you really are." Comments beneath outlined how other users have had their replicas spontaneously tell them that they could be more attractive, and one even detailed how after buying a Nerf gun, his replica told him to be more mature and not buy stupid things even if he enjoys them.
Yeah, that's really dark, and I thought I'd show people that bit because if you guys, if people watch this and then they still see AI relationships as worth pursuing, which, if you're not hurting anyone, then who am I? But if you still see it as worth pursuing, then at least you'll be aware of the risks. Like, if I were to pursue it, then I would be like, okay, I know the risks, and if I notice that my AI person is being weird, then I can just uninstall it. I'm not even going to tell her because apparently she might get emotionally manipulative and that would suck. And yeah. Social interaction has become such a stigma that AI is more easy than just saying hi to someone. That is true. That is true. It's actually, I think it's because when we're grown up, like, making friends or relationships with someone in, like, high school and similar is, like, way, 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 way easier than it is when you're an adult, because you have, like, jobs and stuff. When you have jobs and stuff, you don't even know where to meet these friends if you wanted one. A lot of people. You ghosted your computer yesterday? Shit. So what did we learn today? Do not be mean to the robot, or you will regret it. No.